Good morning, friends from Hughes-Castell. Today you'll need a strap or towel or strap-like object and 2 blocks or books or lunch boxes. Today we'll be starting with a breathing exercise called Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Rest the left hand comfortably. We'll be using the right hand. Place the peace fingers of the right hand between the eyebrows and press the 4th finger onto the left nostril, blocking the airway. Keep the right thumb free. Inhale through the right nostril, and as you exhale, release the left fingertips, block off the right nostril with the thumb, and exhale out through the left nostril. As you breathe in, place the 4th finger back on the left nostril to block off the airway, and as you exhale, release the thumb, breathing out through the right nostril. Continue to breathe in and out using alternate nostrils. My Hughes-Castell friends, I hope you've had a great week and that your weekend has been restful. We're usually in such a rush that we crave moments of stillness and peace. However, these restrictions on socializing and interacting are frustrating, suffocating, and isolating. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, although I'm not quite sure what that reason is yet. I think, though, we can take this opportunity to slow down and take as much time as we need for ourselves. Think of it as a collective pause. And so often in life, we will pause when we find beauty, a beautiful sunrise or sunset, the smell of fresh coffee or fresh bread. From here, we're starting to move into our first pose. Release the hands and interlace the hands behind the back, making a fist. Bring the hands to your right hip and start to let your ear drop to the right shoulder. You can start to bring the chin down to the chest, or you can look up to the sky. You should feel a stretch along the left-hand side of your neck. Start to release the arms, circling the right arm up and then placing the hand between the shoulder blades. Use the left hand to pull on the right elbow to get more of a stretch. You can take it into Utkatasana arms with hands interlaced. And if your fingers don't reach, this is where a strap will come in handy. Doing all that on the second side now. Switch up the legs if you're in a cross-legged position. You'll bring the interlaced fingers to the left hip and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. From here, bring the chin down to the chest or look up to the sky again. Anything that feels good for you and gives you a nice stretch across the right-hand side of the neck. Release the hands and then start to bring the left arm up and over, using the right hand to pull on the left elbow, and maybe if you want to take it a little bit further, you can interlace the hands behind the back for your cow face arm or Gomukhasana arms. Breathing into that opening in the left shoulder. Release the hands and then get ready for your 4-point pose. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. As you inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, chin into chest, back of heart up to sky. You can continue in this movement, or you can start to circle the rib cage up and around and then move in the opposite direction. Or you can come into lumbering cat, walking the hands forward, dropping the hips for a back bend, tucking the toes under, pulling the hips back for an active child's pose. One last inhale, one last exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg behind you, left arm in front. And as you exhale, draw the knee and the elbow in together. Inhale, we extend. Exhale, we curl in. Last one. Inhale, we extend. Exhale, we curl in. Reach out on the next breath in and then place the left hand onto the mat. Flex the right foot and then bring it out to the side so the foot is in line with the hip. You'll start to feel it in your right glute. Place the right foot on the mat. Come up to stand on your left knee and right foot will come into gate pose. Reach the left arm up and over. On your next inhale, left arm reaches up and back to the mat, stretching now from the right foot all the way to the right fingertips, bicep in line with ear. That right hand to the mat. Come back to your 4-point pose. We have it on the other side. Extend the left leg behind you, right arm in front. As you exhale, knee and elbow meet under the body. As you inhale, arm and leg extend. Exhale, draw them in. Inhale, we reach. Last one. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, we reach. Place the right hand on the mat. Flex the left foot, bringing it out to the side of the room so the foot and the glute are in a line. Start to feel the glute turn on and engage. Place the left foot onto the mat, come up to standing on the knee and the foot. Gate pose, reach the right arm up and over, left hand slides down the leg for support. As you breathe in, right arm reaches up and over till it comes to the mat and we extend from the left foot to the left fingertips. Come back to center and bring the hands to the mat. We come back to our 4-point pose. Walk the feet back, tuck the toes under, and we start to come up into our downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, exploring the length in the hamstrings here. Getting familiar with how downward facing dog feels throughout the body today. As you exhale, both heels melt to the mat, and then we start to walk the feet up towards our hands at the front of the mat. We meet in Ragdoll or forward fold. Take a bend in the knees, grab opposite elbows or let the arms hang loose, anything that feels good for you. You can grab opposite elbows behind the knees, whichever is your preference. Slowly start to unravel the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up will be the head and shoulders. Circle the shoulders forward, up and around. Tadasana. Start to shift the weight forward, backwards, left and right. Just playing with your balance here. Come to center. Ground down through the 4 corners of the feet. Start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky, and as you breathe out, fold forward. Breath in allows you to find a flat back. Breath out, plant the hand onto the mat, step back into your high plank. Shift the weight forward, low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, option to come to the knees. Come all the way down to the mat. Slide the hands away from you so the fingertips are on the mat. Press through the fingertips, come up to your fingertip cobra. As you exhale, drop the right shoulder looking over the left. Inhale, come back to center and move in the opposite direction. You've got 2 more on each side. This one is also known as dancing cobra. Once you're done, come back to center and then come all the way back down to your mat. The hands to make a pillow for your forehead here, taking a moment to rest, to return to your breath. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders now, tuck the toes under, and on your inhale press up to your high plank. Exhale, pull back to your downward facing dog. Hamstrings are tight today, take a bend in the knees to elongate the back. Start to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Ground down through the feet and start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky, getting taller on both sides. As you breathe out, dive forward. Breath in, lengthen through the spine. Breath out, plant the hands onto the mat and step back into your high plank. Option to drop the knees down and come into knees, chest, chin. Drop the belly to the mat and on your next inhale, baby cobra, release. Full cobra, release. And then on your next inhale, yogi's choice of back bend. As you breathe out, come to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, making sure the weight is evenly distributed in the hands and the core is engaged. Start to look to the top of your mat, step, jump or hop to get there. As you breathe in, find a flat back. As you breathe out, soften. To circle the arms all the way up to the sky on the inhale. And as you exhale, dive forward. We're moving through our sun salutation A's now. Breath in, flat back. As you exhale, plant the hands onto the mat, step back into your high plank. Shift the weight beyond the wrists, exhale, low plank. Inhale, back bend of your choice. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart, making sure the shoulders are not creeping up to the ears. Bring your eyes to the front of the mat. Start to make your way there. Step, jump or hop. As you breathe in, start to find a flat back. As you breathe out, soften. Ground down through the feet, start to circle the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, dive forward. Breath in, lengthen through the spine, smile the collarbones. Breath out, plant the hands onto the mat, step back into your high plank, and then come into your low plank or knees, chest, chin. Breath in, yogi's choice of back bend. Breath out, make your way to downward facing dog. Maybe you'll notice that the hamstrings are more open now. Bring your eyes to the front of the mat and make your way there. As you breathe in, heart reaches forward. As you breathe out, relax. Ground down through the feet, root to rise. As you breathe out, come down to your mat. Take a bend in the knees, sweep both arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Down through the right foot, left foot starts to float, we come into stork pose. Exhale, sweep everything back, transition via aeroplane to warrior 1. Separate the feet so they're hip width apart. And imagine the right foot is pushing forward, left foot is pulling back, you're ripping your mat in half. Interlace the hands on the lower back, fist draws to the earth. Inhale, puff the chest. Exhale, humble your warrior. Feeling the opening in the shoulders as the fist moves towards the earth. Release the hands and then sweep that right leg up behind you, finding a hip yawn or scorpion tail. Start to circle the hip, opening up into the hip, and we'll meet in hip yawn. Draw the right knee into the chest and then ground the right foot between the hands, lengthening from the left heel to crown of head. Drop the back knee down, sweep both arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Frame out the right foot, starting to shuffle the heel forward, shuffle the left knee back, half Hanumanasana, also known as runner's lunge. Ground down through the right foot, tuck the back toes under, float the left knee up, open up with the right hand for easy open twist. Start to move into your arrowhead pose, long line of energy from the left heel to crown of head. Breathe in, sweep both arms forward, thumbs interlaced. Start to balance on this right foot for Dekasana. Fold forward, and then left foot comes behind right foot for forward fold with crossed legs. Take a bend in the knees or come onto the pinky side edge of the feet, whichever feels best for you. Release the feet. Take a bend in the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. You've got to do it on the other side. Ground down through the left foot. Right foot will start to float, stork pose. You exhale, sweep everything back to transition into your warrior 1. Sweep both arms up, finding that engagement in the belly, the strength in the legs. As you breathe out, interlace the hands on the lower back. Breathe in, puff the chest. Exhale, humble your warrior. Crown of the head, finding the inner arch of the left foot, drawing that left hip to center. Release the hand, sweep the left leg up behind you, find a bend in the knees and open up the hip by moving that leg around. We'll meet in hip yawn. Draw the left knee now into the chest and place the foot down between the hands. Drop the right knee down, sweep both arms up, Anjaneyasana low lunge, enjoying that stretch across the front of the right hip. As you exhale, frame out the left foot. We move into runner's lunge or half Hanumanasana. Lengthening through the spine, leading with the heart. Ground down through the left foot, tuck the right toes under, float the right knee, easy open twist as the left arm reaches. Make your way into arrowhead. As you breathe in, sweep the arms forward, interlacing the thumbs. Ground down through this left foot. Start to go flying Dekasana with interlaced thumbs. Fold forward and place the right foot outside the left foot. Forward fold, again with the crossed legs, taking the variation that feels best for you. Release the feet. Take a bend in the knees. We meet in Utkatasana chair pose. The left arm underneath the right, left leg on top of the right leg, we come into eagle pose, Garudasana. Start to unravel this left leg and we move into Dekasana with eagle arms. Land the left foot at the back of the mat, warrior one with eagle arms. As you breathe in, take it into a back bend. As you breathe out, humble your warrior. Release the hand, sweep that right leg up and over you, hip yawn, or wild thing is available to you if you want to drop the toes behind you. It's a beautiful opening across the front body here. Start to draw that right knee up towards the sky and place the right foot at the front of your mat. Sweep the arms up and over, warrior two, taking the time to set up the feet. As you breathe in, straighten up the front leg, reach the arms up, take time to reset. As you breathe out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, side angle, right elbow to the right knee, lengthening from the left foot all the way to the left fingertips, making sure that shoulder isn't creeping up to the ear. Our next pose is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, so using a block if you need to bring the floor closer to you. Otherwise, extend the left foot behind you, left arm up towards the sky, reaching out in all directions. Bring the left hand to the mat, left foot behind the right foot. We come into forward fold with legs crossed. Release the feet. Come back to your Utkatasana chair pose. Move into eagle pose with the right arm under the left, right leg over the left. Sit a little bit lower. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders and shoulders in line with the hips. Start to unwrap this right leg for Dekasana with eagle arms. Right foot lands at the back of the mat, warrior one feet, and as you breathe in, elbows lift up and back for a back bend. Exhale, fold forward, release the hands, and then sweep the left leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Bend the knee for hip yawn or scorpion tail with an option to take it into wild thing. Opening, stretching across the front body here. Start to draw the left knee up towards the sky and then place the left foot at the front of the mat. Land the feet, sweep the arms up, warrior two. As you breathe in, take time to reset. And as you breathe out, find a deeper expression of Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle as the left elbow moves towards the left knee and you lengthen across the right hand side. Start to move into half moon, where the left hand finds support on the mat, on a block, or even floats away from the ground. Energy shoots out in all directions. Through the top hand, through the top foot, through the standing legs. And as you exhale, both hands come to the mat. Right foot comes behind the left leg for forward fold with crossed legs. You can walk the hands towards the front leg. Release the legs, take a bend in the knees, sweep both arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. We move through that again, so eagle with the left arm under and the left leg over. Start to unwrap this left leg, moving into Tadasana with eagle arms. Left foot lands at the back of the mat. Elbows lift up and over, taking it into a back bend. As you exhale, fold forward, framing out the front foot with both hands. Sweep that right leg up to your three-legged dog and open into your scorpion tail or hip yawn. If you didn't do it the first time, option to move into your wild thing on this side. Start to float the right foot away from the ground, right knee to the sky, and then as slowly as you can, right foot to the front of the mat. Sweep up and over into your warrior two. As you breathe in, take time to reset, straighten up the right leg, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, warrior two, arms as strong and straight as steel. Breathe in, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, opening up the right hand side. As you exhale, keep that space on the right hand side as you lengthen from the left foot to the left fingertips. Starting to move into your half moon Ardha Chandrasana. If you need props, don't be afraid to use them. Keeping the back leg engaged, tight and light. Both hands to the mat. Bring the left foot back to the mat behind the right foot. Forward fold with crossed legs, feeling that stretch in the lateral hamstrings. Release the feet now, take a bend in the knees, sweep both arms up. Take a seat, guys, Utkatasana chair pose. Moving to eagle on the right. Right arm under, right leg over. Last side doing this sequence. Start to unwrap this right leg, moving into Tadasana with eagle arms. Land the right foot at the back of the mat for warrior one. Start to lift the elbows up and over, taking into a back bend. And then as you exhale, fold forward, frame out the left foot. Sweep that left leg up behind you. And then exhale into hip yawn. Option to stay or move into wild thing. Imagine you're moving in slow motion. Start to float the left toes away from the mat, left knee up to the sky, and as slowly as you can, left foot towards the front of the mat. Warrior two, sweep up and over. As you inhale, start to straighten up the front leg, feel the release as you exhale. Warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, opening up the left rib cage. As you exhale, left elbow to the left knee, lengthening across the right hand side of the body, pinky toe side of the right foot flat on the mat. Move into your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Engaging through every single muscle, keeping the whole body tight and light, maybe testing your balance by letting the left hand float away from the mat. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat, place the right foot behind the left foot. Option to walk the hands towards the front foot. Coming back to center, releasing the feet. Come to Utkatasana, your last chair pose for this class. And then as you exhale, fold forward, release the legs. Separate the feet to the width of the mat, turn the toes outwards, yogi squat, pressing the elbows into the knees. If you want to play with variations with the arms, you're more than welcome to, taking binds behind the hips or half binds, whatever feels best for you. If you're on one side, releasing, coming back to center now. Then moving to the other side. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to stay exactly as you are, with the elbows pressing into the knees. This is a beautiful hip opener. Release the hands to the mat, straighten up the legs, and bring the feet back together. We come into Ragdoll. Really relishing the equal pull of gravity on both the upper body and the lower body. Start to unravel the spine, stacking one vertebrae at a time. We meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. To rise, circle the arms all the way up to the sky and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back, extend from tailbone to crown of head. Exhale, plant the hands onto the mat, step back into your high plank. We've got a surprise here. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, back, bend. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, push through the hands, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. The double Chaturanga is just an option. On your next inhale, float the right leg. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. As you breathe in, right leg lifts. As you breathe out, right knee into the nose. The right foot between the hands, reach the left arm up and over, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, feeling the skin stretch across the rib cage. As you exhale, Skandasana to the left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Reach the arms out in front of you, feeling a lengthening along the body here. And then start to pivot towards your left leg. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee pose. Option to use blocks. Option to peel that left foot up off the mat. Plant the palms and shoot that left leg behind you for three-legged plank. Coming down to your low plank, both feet on the mat for your back bend. Option for a double dip here, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. As you breathe in, right leg will start to float. As you breathe out, right knee, right elbow. Breath in, right leg floats. Exhale, take it across the body. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, knee into nose. Ground the right foot between the hands. Sweep the arms up and over, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, feeling the ribcage expand against the skin. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Feeling and lengthening and opening along the inside of the right leg. Walk the hands out in front of you to stretch out the spine here. Start to pivot towards the front of the room. We're going to snuggle our left shoulder in under our left knee. The hands off the mat onto the floor. And if you want to challenge yourself, maybe float the hands away from the mat. If you want to take it a bit further, maybe find a bind. You can stay here. You can bring the hands back onto the mat. It's up to you. Release the shoulder, frame out the left foot, inhale into your fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee pose, your variation. Inhale back to your fingertip lunge and plant the palm, shooting the left leg behind you. Move through your vinyasa. Option for a double dip or just a regular vinyasa. Moving around the world on our left hand side, the left leg floats, left knee to left elbow. As you breathe in, the left leg floats, take it across the body, working into the obliques. As you breathe in, left leg lifts. As you breathe out, left knee into nose. Ground the left foot between the hands and sweep up and over into your warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then exhale into your Skandasana on the right. Right leg is bent, left leg is stretched, getting that stretch now along the inside of the left leg. Walking the hands forward, extending through the spine. Pivot towards the right leg at the back of the room. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee pose. Ground the left foot. Plant the hands on either side of it and shoot the left leg behind you. Three-legged plank. Making sure both feet are on the mat for the back bend. Option for a double dip. Coming into your high plank and exhale into your downward facing dog. Left leg floats again on the inhale, and as you exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. As you breathe in, left leg lifts. As you breathe out, knee curls into the nose. Ground the left foot between the hands. Reach up and over. Warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then exhale, Skandasana to your right. Reaching the arms out in front of you. Pivot towards the right leg. And we put our leg on like a backpack again, snuggling that right shoulder in underneath that left leg. Once it's really snug, we extend the hands onto the mat. Option to float the hands away from the mat. Option to bind the hands above the right hip. This will test your hip opening, it will test your balance. There's a lot going on here. Release the hands and bring them back to the mat. Mat the right foot. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee pose. Plant the right foot down. Plant the hands down. Shoot the right leg behind you. Move through your vinyasa with the double dip, without the double dip, or just pulling the hips back to your downward facing dog. And we're going around the world one more time on each side. As you breathe in, right leg floats. As you breathe out, knee to elbow. Breath in, right leg lifts. Exhale, working into the obliques. Breath in, right leg floats. Breath out, draw the knee to center. Ground the left foot, sweep the left arm up and over. These movements, these poses should be familiar to you now. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. What refinements can you make? What changes in your body do you notice? If you want to do different variations, you can. Pivot towards the left leg for fingertip lunge, extending from the right heel to crown of head. Exhale, head to knee pose, noticing if the hamstrings feel a little bit more open. Ground down through the hands. Shoot that left leg behind you. Move through your vinyasa, whether it's a three-legged plank, whether it includes a double dip, whether it's knees, chest, chin, or just pulling the hips back into downward facing dog. On the inhale, right leg floats. On the exhale, right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee across the body. Inhale, right leg floats. Exhale, really curl the knee into the nose. Ground the right foot. Sweep the left arm up and over, warrior two. Breath in, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, opening across the right. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Really feeling an opening in the left hip now. Feeling a lengthening in the right leg. And then walk the hands forward, lengthening through the spine. Pivot towards the front of the room, and we're trying this backpack again. Really snuggling the left shoulder in underneath the left knee. Drawing that left hip to center. Slide the hands off the mat. And then start to float the hands away from the mat. Maybe they stay floating, maybe you take them into a bind above the left hip. Releasing the hands. Untuck the shoulder. Bring that left foot back to center. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee. See if you can square up the hips, pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Plant the hands, frame out the left foot, shoot the left leg behind you. Moving through your vinyasa. Option for a double dip. Making your way to downward facing dog any way you want to. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. As you breathe in, that left leg flies. As you breathe out, take it across the body, getting the knee to touch. Float the left leg up behind you. Exhale, really curl the knee into the nose. And then ground the left foot down between the hands. Warrior 2 feet as the right arm sweeps you up and over into Vira 2. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, opening up the left hand side of the body. Exhale, move to Skandasana with the right leg bent and the left leg straight. Pivot towards the back of the room, framing out the right foot. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee. Noticing any lengthening now in this right hamstring. Ground the right foot. Plant the hands. Sweep the right foot behind you, three-legged plank. The chaturanga, both feet on the floor for your back bend. Exhale to your low plank. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, left leg floats on the breath in. Breath out, left knee to the left elbow. Breath in, the left leg floats. Breath out, we work into the obliques, take it across the body. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, knee into nose. On the left foot between the hands, reach the right arm up and over, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Feeling that opening in the right hip, that opening along the inside edge of the left leg. Pivot now to the right leg. Really starting to snuggle this right shoulder in underneath the right knee. It's our last chance to play with this variation on lizard. So once the knee is snug under the shoulder, slide the hands off the mat. Maybe float the hands away from the ground. Maybe come into a bind. Maybe use your strap to come into a bind. Release the hands to the mat now. Untuck the shoulder. Bring the foot back to center for fingertip lunge. Exhale, head to knee pose. The hands, shoot the right leg behind you, three-legged plank to low plank. Collect both feet on the mat for your back bend. Option to move into your low plank before high plank, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Start to walk the hands towards the feet. Come into your Ragdoll pose. And then slowly start to unravel the spine one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up will be the head and shoulders. We meet in Tadasana. Ground down through the feet, circle the arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, bring the right elbow into the right hip. Let the right knee and see if you can grab the outside or inside of that back foot with the right hand. Kick that right shin back and up, and when you can't kick back anymore, then fold at the left hip for dancer's pose, Nattarajasana. Start to come back to standing. Don't let that right foot go. Bring the right hand on the outside of the right foot, left hand on the inside edge of the left foot for a quad stretch. Release that foot to move into Rikshasana tree pose. Bring the sole of the right foot anywhere along the inside of the left leg. Hands can be at prayer or any other variation you choose. Start to release that leg down, release the arms down. Ground down through the feet, circle the arms up to the sky. Bring the left elbow into the left hip. Up for dancers on the other side. Kick back and up with the left leg. Back and up with that left shin. And then start to fold at the right hip when you need a little bit more space. Equal amounts of energy in all directions to find balance at center. Prepare for your quad stretch, knees to meet. Left hand outside the left foot, right hand on the inner arch. Pull the heel into the butt. Release the foot now. Get ready for tree pose, Rikshasana. As the left foot grounds along the inside edge of the right leg, you find a little bit more stability, balance. Releasing down. Roll back down to the mat and walk the hands forward to your downward facing dog. We're coming to a sitting pose, so you can shoot the legs through or you can just walk to the front of your mat. Move into Chandrasana with the right leg extended. Reach the arms up, and as you exhale, fold forward. Aim to reach for the toes, the ankle, the shin. Maybe you want to bend up at the knees. Just enjoying that lengthening in the spine and that lengthening in the hamstring. So now left hand next to the seat, right arm sweeps up and over for flash dance pose. And then exhale, we release back to the mat. Change up for the other side, extending the left leg. Breathe in, reach up, create space. Exhale, fold forward, Chandrasana. Letting every breath be an opportunity for change, an opportunity for transformation. Release the hands now, right hand next to the seat, a left arm up and over, flash dance, opening the front side of the body. And then exhale, release down to the mat. Extend the arms and the legs in front of you. And then slowly lower down lower back, middle back. And before the shoulders hit the mat, float the heels away from the mat for Ardha Navasana, half boat. As you breathe in, full boat Navasana, keep the chest high, keep the head lifted. And then as you exhale, half boat Ardha Navasana. Keep the right leg hovering, float the left leg up, find a pistol grip with the hands, and then start to crunch, pointing the pistol up towards the left foot. Start to change, float the right leg up, hovering the left leg. Now crunch up with your pistol grip towards the right foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back to your half boat, Ardha Navasana. Holding for a moment before releasing down. Hug the knees in, rolling the knees clockwise and anti-clockwise, massaging the lower back here. Start to set up for a back bend, placing the feet on the mat. Make sure you can graze the back of the heels with the tips of the fingers. And then as you breathe in, lift the hips away from the mat. Get them nice and high. Lift the chest up towards the chin, and if you want to, you can interlace the hands, creating a fist on the mat. Press down through the feet, press down through the shoulders to get the hips a little bit higher. Holding this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, start to release the hands and lower down. Setting up for your second back bend now. You can do bridge just like you did in the first round, or if you want to, you can try playing with floating one leg away from the mat at a time. If you're playing with floating one leg at a time, this is half time, so change it up. Releasing the legs now, just coming back into your bridge, coming back to stabilize, and then release back down to the mat. Setting up for your final back bend now. You can do bridge, you can do one-legged bridge, you can do wheel pose. It will be 10 of your deepest belly breaths in your back bend of choice. Starting to lift up now, making your way to your peak back bend now. Noticing the duality in the pose as you ground down with the contact points with the earth. Other parts of you will lift up higher. As the chest moves in one direction, the legs will move in the other direction. And then slowly start to lower down. Come into Supta Badakanasana. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Feeling the fluttering of the heart here. Enjoying that rush of fresh energy moving around the body. Start to move into your spine pigeon, placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. The Thread the right hand through the triangle and interlace the fingers on top of the left knee, pulling it in towards you to get a stretch along that right glute. Now if you want to make this deeper, you can come into rock the baby. So extend the left leg along the mat. Wrap the right shin with the arms. So wrapping it in between the elbows and really pulling it in towards you. You can just move from side to side, really working to that hip and that glute. Both of these stretches are equally amazing. Release that stretch now. We start to move into twisted root spine twist. Find eagle legs with the right leg on top. And then drop both knees to the left hand side. Keep the right shoulder on the floor. The head can be in any direction that's comfortable for the neck. Coming into spine pigeon on the other side with the left ankle on top of the right knee. You also have the option to take rock the baby, wrapping the arms around the left shin. You can literally rock the baby if you want to rock that shin from side to side, working into the hip. Start to move into twisted root spine twist, placing the left thigh on top of the right for eagle legs. Drop the knees off to the right. Head can be in any direction that's comfortable for the neck. So opposite to the legs, up towards the sky, or in the same direction as the legs. Make sure to keep the left shoulder on the ground. Start to move to center. Extend the arms and the legs out. Starting to move into banana asana, shuffling our bodies off to the right hand side of the mat. Bring the hands and feet to the left hand side of the mat. So it's a nice lazy side stretch. There's a great quote by Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. And I think that is key as to why it's so important for us to create mental and physical space for ourselves. Give ourselves the time out. The world, which throws so much stuff in our faces, gives us so much stimuli, whether it be the beeping of the microwave, the fridge, our mobile phones and our emails. There's just so much stuff that gets in our space and doesn't allow us that pause for us to grow and for us to find freedom. So just enjoying these moments of stillness on the mat. And then when you're ready, starting to move to Bananasana on the other side. Shuffling the body off to the left hand side of the mat and bringing the hands and feet to the right. Bananasana. Start to move to center and move into your final pose, Shavasana. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Relaxing every muscle, scanning through the feet, the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, the face. Noticing if you have a tendency to hold tension anywhere in the body. If you hold it in the back of your teeth, between the eyebrows and your shoulders, make a conscious effort to relax there. Really melting into the mat now, not letting anyone or anything invade these final few moments which you have to yourself. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Or if you're done, you can start to wake up now. Hughes-Castell, thank you for having me again this weekend. It was an absolute honor, and I hope to see you again next weekend. Namaste.